Welcome to the fastest chaos decider match between PoLaR, DM veteran, and former caster and tournament host. Losing a way to the double scout setup here. Mununez is his opponent, the Black Forest Pro as the Celts. And who wants Potato Dude's 100 rocks? Their game is paused. Was it restart? No, because of lag. And we have a little bit of the scout action there. Going better for Mununez actually with a 2-1 KD. And two of folks wants them. Come in, Potato Dude. And yeah, we'll see a little bit of a slow setup here. The water has it's not full water. It's two lake thingies surrounding the middle. The trade cock here by Mununez checking out if you can transport over that. I usually tend to delete these starting ships, but I like the usage that Mununez is getting out of it, because he knows that you can't pass here now. And it's probably not that clear on if you're using smooth sea terrain or stuff. Evans, the Pork Donator, is here as well as Capture Edge. Decided that we need a little break so I can look on with who is in chat. Isn't that nice of Capture Edge? Also a little break you could use to throw more rocks into the prediction. You can still hear me though, right? The F is just for Capture Edge. I can now see stuff again. And I should still be live, from what I'm seeing. A lot of boars in the middle. Feels a bit like Capture Edge just loaded all the boars, because I didn't see all the boars. Getting into the fights there as well. And we've got a full-on infantry battle here against two-handed swordsmen against Celt champions. One move faster, the others have more armor. And we've got demolition ships set up over here, and the people will soon notice that it's kind of useless. Maybe, I guess this part can still be protected by demos, even though you can cross the land here as well. Mununez is trying to develop into the middle. Overall, I think a matchup that is, in every respect, great for Celts. Better water and better siege. And yeah, there's Carnage, I guess, for the Bulgarians. But that's kind of it. And Carnage aren't that great against Celts if they mix a few heavy in. Massive shots by Mununez Siege Hunter, killing everything, including his own units there. Already killed 20 of his units. And the poor boars here, right? They just want to live a peaceful life in the middle, but they're getting completely shellacked by all the siege around. And the siege does not care about the boar lives at all, it seems. Poor wildlife on Hyperrandom. Feel like we should probably throw in some iron boars to get some revenge of nature here. PowerPoint slideshow? See? Looks smooth to me. Maybe try refreshing. A lot of ships here, a bit stuck. PoLaR still going for more ships and some cannon ships. They just kind of secure this way over it. No dock development towards the right side, but Mununez also not really controlling the water, right? Just made some demos here. This castle, I don't know. Without water control here, this castle is easily dead to cannon galleons. Thank you for the follow. There's the... Can I look up the name? Yes, the conics are going back, and it is Mr. Apple777. Have some apples on me. Or something. PoLaR is trying to push in the middle. Mununez has a castle there, and the map is kind of divided 50-50. Lakes are divided 50-50. PoLaR, of course, trying to raid already. And the Conics and everything are there in the north. Yeah, I just ostensibly paused when you said that so you would feel bad if it was on your end. That was the whole strategy about it, too, folks. Because I'm posing as I'm here to have fun while casting games, while I'm actually only here to make fun of chat. I don't think that's enough against two-headed / conic / anything useful against champions in here. PoLaR has 30 on gold, 20 on gold for Mununez. PoLaR manages to get the castle though. And it will become a siege on micro fest soon here. A lot of elevation there in the middle. I won't really call it hills. It's like more like welliges terrain. How do we say that in English? Wavy terrain? Clearly not. But whatever. A lot of changing elevations that we can't really call hills. And it isn't a great match to be an infantry unit in. It's just two lines of siege runners, one here, and all the men are just, they're not really fighting each other, right? They're just walking in the middle, then saying hi to each other, and then they all get rocks on their face. Wait, are you here at now, Avens, to make fun of me or make fun of chat? Like, I don't know where to put that chat in. So I think you're here to make fun of yourself, clearly. You would set hilly terrain. Yeah, but is it a hilly terrain if you can't identify a hill? Philosophical questions in the evening. For Grippos! Holy PoLaR! You're meant to make guard towers, man. You're PoLaR. You're not meant to make Grippos next to each other. I mean, you're not meant to do this in any way, shape, or form, I think. Spread them out. Protect your eco. They, I feel like Grippos could be here, here, and here. I think that's where these 5 Grippos should go. So maybe it is on my end, because now we have slideshow. Oh, it's going again. He's still a bit buggy, I didn't really want to start either. Crepos wall, yeah. But it's like kind of giving you as much as from one Crepos, right? That's not philosophy, that's topology, geology. Everything is philosophy. Would there be geology without philosophy? I don't think so. You could also say everything is theology. You might be right as well. Market goes down. PoLaR with this surprise trap push in the north. Kind of unprotected by any structure. But protected by some conics and like just randomly killing half of the bait out of the nowhere, which is such a PoLaR play to do. And now going back again, I mean, it's working great as well. PoLaR is getting relics as well. It looks like PoLaR is somehow squishing Mununez in a corner on a map that I don't think he's supposed to do that. Demos are going forward, but that is off no whale. We need cannon gains here. Instead, they are dying to cannon gains where they're rather dying to the castles. And more of those traps are taking everything out. Yeah, now Mununez has to set his army back for those traps, and that's when PoLaR pushes the middle. Exactly what I thought. PoLaR's playing so good. Like, this is so methodical, right? This is so thought out. He's just... PoLaR isn't moving his own army. PoLaR is moving your army. Now that sounded like PoLaR is Chuck Norris, but you know what I mean, right? He's moving the army of Mununez. He's not only controlling his own troops, but his opponent's troops as well. And therefore we'll get full middle control. With arguably the worst. Yeah. Great play. 40 chest indeed. I also like the move here to go for fishing ships though. I really like that for Mununez. Both kind of are sharing like... The dock amount is a bit ridiculous by PoLaR. Like there's still odd things, right? I don't like these crab holes going for so many docks on a quite useless water. Still having 19 gates here, wasting pop space. Like all these little things, right? Mununez is now making cannons as well, which I really like. Yes, a fish boom, which I really like. But PoLaR, like with the tactical decisions, you could call it that, right? With the army movement, it's just on another level. Could we please not talk so much about the game and more about hits? No, I think that movement by PoLaR was really worth talking about. There's an over a hill, a naturally raised area of land not as high or craggy as a mountain. You think those are hills? Yeah, but where is the hill? Which is the hill? I don't know. I think that's Bodenwellen. He gets OP'd here and PoLaR gets such a great engagement. I think he's also on a Bodenwelle. Because he's clearly not on a hill. Or I would have contradicted myself. And he takes out all the traps of Mununez and most of the SO with less SO of his own. But theology needs a god. I'm not thinking about God. You can do theology even if God doesn't exist. Or if you're not sure that God exists. Structurally, it doesn't matter if that's God or not. 10 traps. 10 traps by PoLaR. With no army around. I feel like Mununez could just go forward here. Mununez is 200 pop. I mean, this is... Like, the position is looking bad for him. PoLaR is controlling kind of his units. And he's lost a lot of castles. But he's 200 pop. He has 26 wills. Maybe arguably too much eco with the 15 fishing ships there. No, search the translation of Bodenwelle. Yeah, please search the translation of Bodenwelle. Yes, please. You claim that every theologist is doing theology without an existing god. Okay, claim that. I would also deem it very unlikely that the god they're imagining is happening, but I don't know what's about imagining. But let's focus on actually PoLaR's place here. And Mununez's place. And now PoLaR has a wall, not only a trap post wall, but also a trap wall. But the trap wall is faced by a Canagayan, and the Canagayan is being dodgy. And it is taking out the traps while dodging the traps. Mununez is actively macroing this Canagayan. Until he isn't. And it does. Bump. Yeah, makes sense. Mununez losing more. Like, Mununez has pop but no structures. Nah, no, he's losing pops, right? He does have a good eco setup as well. Like 24 wood, 40 bomb, 30 gold. Kind of perfect. A little bit too much, maybe. Just taking bad trades, but. Especially against the Conic, maybe it's hard. Maybe like Bulgarian, maybe the Conic might have more than I thought. I sell it. PoLaR is now moving in deep with his surprise, I don't know, very mobile trap pushers. But Mununez has a counter trap mass. What is this game one? Both are just massing traps. It's not SO versus SO as I expected. It is trap versus trap. I mean, not that traps versus trap isn't that special, but like, no castles around trap v trap, right? It's just traps in the open. Luckily we have a trappy mode. I'm surprised that hasn't been used more in the last 5 minutes. That PoLaR's traps are losing to the Kel trebuchets, because of course, faster firing siege. think also Kelt drift fire faster, no? Mununez has lost a lot of pop space though, as the crashing into the base by PoLaR has located his houses and more importantly his castles. And now the Carnage are starting to have free reign, going for the TCs as well, which will make Mununez house again if they go down, because they also provide population space. Do we have a rig? I kind of like to see PoLaR adding docks and taking out the fishing economy, but it's not fish traps yet and kind of not that efficient right now. Now it's got another crab post wall, this time forward where his trap wall used to be. All the ships are still alive. Still feel like that's wasted population mostly, so I think that's 5 of them. You could delete everything, but I also made those 25 fire ships in the match against Zealot, so what am I complaining? Mununez now sneaky farm economy up north. And this farm economy says, I don't want to be protected from raids. I am speculating on the fact that you will never raid me here. And I don't know. Sounds a bit like a bad bet against PoLaR, who is the deathmatch player. Maybe next to Zealot. Now that Zealot has arisen, that likes raiding the most. Scurs with SSO, interesting at least. I think the scores were for... Yeah, I don't know what the scores were for. He's making them still. So. For the Conic, for the infantry that was there earlier. For the infantry version of the Conic, so you can play Held Scorp to counter both forms of the Conic. Maybe that's the thought. Help Scorp. He's making helps and Scorps. I think he's looking for a counter to Conic. I think what you want to do as Celts, especially if you have 11k gold in the bank, is play Paladin. I think we need Kel Paladin. I think we need needed Kel Paladin 20 minutes ago. Maybe even 35 minutes ago. I think in this matchup you need Kel Paladin. You got to rush this very good against no treadmill, right? I think Celts have to start stable here. It's really tough with infantry siege against Conic, so Paladin still beats Conic, I think. Or at least trades evenly. And yeah, Mununez calls the game with 100 pop. He is kind of dead. He has no position, but with 11k gold in the bank. Crazy game. And really, like, he has more gold than at the start of the DM game once he calls it. That's super wild, right? We were talking all the time about that true and the 10k challenge, where the challenge is to get back in the late game, get back to the 10k gold, and then like use it in the end and win with it, or win with the 10k gold in the bank. But like spending it, getting back to even more to 11k gold. While losing kind of everything, it's really wild game. For game 1 here. Really well played by PoLaR though, to kind of ignore all that with the gold. He wants to win money. Yeah, but it's like he never PoLaR played so much Conic Siege, so much movement that Mununez didn't really get to use his gold. Like normally on Siege, right? With Celts. And I think the solution for how he stops both the Conic and spends his gold and gets more control is Kel Paladin. I thought of it kind of late into the match as well, but yeah, I think Kel Paladin would have been the solution there. 712 kills by PoLaR, only a little bit more, so wasn't really going for efficiency, right? Also losing a lot of traps on those crazy forward pushes. But he was going for map control as there were plenty of resources on the field. And the Celts, the second pick here, going down to a later pick from PoLaR. And Bulgarians can kind of make it happen against SO Civs sometimes. So, yeah, but you also have to play them really well. PoLaR did just that. I think very impressed with PoLaR's game 1 here. And I mean, he made it a super close set against one of the top 4 players in the winner matches, right? PoLaR is in fantastic shape. And I think if PoLaR keeps playing like this and doesn't go on a long vacation, he could maybe even win the tournament. But he will go on a long vacation. after this. We'll be back in time for the main event. Or for the round of 16. Yeah, do have to win. Little break in there. What? I lost connection to multiplayer services? Proper winning money. Did someone end the prediction already? Yes. Seemingly someone did. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And let's go into game 2. Which serves do we expect here for them to play now? Well, you don't have much time to guess. Because we are already loading in. To set game number 2. A German internet strikes again? Why? Danish Mongols? No, we've got mega servers. What about my internet? There's a lot of I have to do things, but I'm worried about my internet. That's it. I think it's a problem when you guys send again. Welcome to game 2. We've got Berbers for Mununez and Malians for PoLaR. And yeah, that's a good matchup for Malians, I think. Depends on the bombard cannon micro by Mununez. Why an admin V? Nobody messaged me at least, or another admin. The map is an admin read. Did you read the rules on the admin read, Sandy? Doesn't sound like it. But why is this map an admin read? I don't get it. For whom? Yeah, there's less space here, but that's also more protection for the goals, right? We do have water, kind of 4 legs, kind of a Budapest setup. And you can onager the wood. Stream's going fine. Nice. Yeah, well, Andy, you better message an admin that isn't streaming, right? How about that? Got archery ranges by the Malians again. PoLaR going Carnage on such a closed map in the rush here? And do you even, like, why would Mununez want to admin read that map? I still don't get it. He can fish boom. Like, he doesn't need space, does he? Can't play the single farm? So what? He's a Black Forest player. He already has dogs. I bet he enjoys this. I mean, he can read the map and he can ask for an admin read. He did neither, so. I don't think admin reads up to chat. PoLaR is getting his economy set up as well, though. And he's making the PoLaR towers 3 keeps in front of a castle. I think the theory, like, I'm just thinking about why he's doing that in front of the castles. Okay, Andy, like, guys, message an admin. Okay, I'll cast the game here. You can read the rules as well. They explain how the admin reworks in the rulebook. That's the options. Onager cuts here by PoLaR, so he doesn't like that Mununez map is that close. I think it's kind of good for bombard cannons as well. all its resources are behind that, and yeah, maybe more docks there for fish traps could be like the alternative to farms here. Both do have access to the back lake, and I think you can potentially get on the map faster with Burvers as well. Like PoLaR just jumped all this space here, right? It's not like the thing is probably better if it's in the middle. I don't know. I think it depends a lot on the civ that's good or bad for the players. And how they want to play it. Massive camel battle here, and I feel like that's PoLaR's early raiding. Oh, we have the trap! We have the trap by Mununez. He's making the market. This tile is still open though. And the problem about the trap is who is trapped in there with whom? Because PoLaR is winning the fights. Mununez trapped him, but PoLaR is winning the fights. The Malian Carnage meta that we got is so weird as well. Like, especially on such a like Budapest Black Forest hybrid map here. Admin Dries is also a bit of a problem on Hyperrandom, right? We force Mununez to potentially play a map that his sim is worse in. Or we force both teams to play, because it's a completely different map, right? That's why it's up to the players to call admin Dries. It does make a lot of sense for an Hyperrandom tournament. Instead of just like this map, and then they play an entirely different map, which is, for example, way worse with the Civ matchup, right? Cavachers going in to the right, and PoLaR's camels are surviving, and they can't even come out. I'm the guy watching? Yeah, but I mean, there's like Huggie's online, you can message Huggie, right? You can see who's online. Like the admin team is indicated everywhere and you can see who's online. I'm kind of focused on casting the game here. I gave my reasoning why I think the admin... I even explained the rules now. But I kind of explained why the rule is like it is. And that's why there's no admin rig here. You know, to keep arguing. I will instead cast. And forward traps being built up by PoLaR. All the camel archers trying to go in for the siege onagers. And the SO kill most of them. And even though we have camel archers against like Mali and CA, who really aren't great, no Bodkin, I don't think Thumbring either. PoLaR is taking quite full control over here, and the light cav are going in as well. And yeah, that is looking good for PoLaR. You got the early map control there, and Mununez, the trap was a nice thought, but he trapped himself in with PoLaR. Mununez has a reach. But he calls it GG. And he was trying to go for that fish trap economy that I mentioned. Yeah. And to all in chat, I recommend you to read the rules. And then you know how the reads work in this stuff. GG. PoLaR wins with the males against the Berbers. I even explained why it makes more sense for an Hyperrandom tournament to have it like that, Andy. Well, I don't know what you expect of me. Let's go into game 3. Apparently you managed to spark an admin conversation. Why are people pinging the wrong admins? It's TFC admin as well. And I want to miss games again. Like, we had too many catastrophes. Is that me on the emote? No, it's obviously not. Paradox allowed me to use this emote and I wanted to honor Paradox. And yeah, we're on the spec delay for the next game. That's my water. It's like admin is your pinging Xavi, who isn't really active. And I can't change the name of his role because he's the server owner. So I can kind of not do anything about the thing admin is pinging someone else. I tried, but I don't really have the rights to it. I could reach Xavi for it, but I didn't think it's that important. Let's give PoLaR a score point. Well, we'll talk about it, but there's no reason to interrupt the set here. So I'm gonna keep casting and... Is his badge of honor? Paradox does deserve all the shoutouts in the world, I think. And I deserve to have his emote now that he's not streaming anymore, so the emote was kind of lacking around the community. And I asked him if I could just like use it. And we've got Lithuanians and Magyars for game 3, so a good matchup for PoLaR because Lithuanians suck. And yeah, I think winning Bulgarian Celts was really important draft-wise there for PoLaR. Also, the last matchup, 2 good civs, right? And Megas, though, we saw this matchup before. Wait. This is the same matchup that True and PoLaR played as well, right? And that was a really close game. But we've got water. Well, arguably and water both are equally shit. So... maybe Lithuanians aren't that chanceless here. We've got Subotai as well. That's a really big thing though. PoLaR already killed 3 villagers. And Mununez villagers are all idle, as he's probably trying to micro his own Subotai here. It's indeed microing his own Subotai. Kill 3 villagers as well. So a lot here about the hero unit. The one Subotai died. Subotai Mununez is still alive. And PoLaR's Subotai is gone. So Mununez can keep being annoying with that. It's behind at the start by microing his own. But it did survive. He's going for a dog. And for some stables and barracks. Is Mununez always starting with a trade cock? I think they both started with a trade cock. PoLaR deleted it, probably. I would think so. Like, you start with random shifts sometimes. Hope Grey saves that hero unit. Grey's hero unit is dead, but Blue's Mununez is alive. And he is indeed still being annoying with it. And was probably the hero unit who got 7 kills and who got 5 kills there as well. Now being followed though by Mega Cavatras, who are also no slouches. PoLaR rushing now as well. I'm casting words again because I'm thinking about like that stuff, man. Massive demos coming out of Mununez. I should think about what I would do in this matchup, right? To give useful hints. And that's also what the players would want. Trying to go for relics here. Where are relics? We have a relic over here, one next to the water there, and two around PoLaR space. The Subotai is still alive for Mununez. But PoLaR is getting a lot of kills now. 13 villager kills with the forward Carvachers and with the rush, and is therefore also taking the map control. Might soon be not too much to cast anymore, so we can restart another game. Let's go. I want to cast more. But yeah, Lightis, we won't see as the castle gets denied, and Mununez really needs to get that up. Dogs are also being denied. The demo storm by Mununez kind of going nowhere. And PoLaR just really swarming everywhere here. I think PoLaR is in great form as we saw in game 1 and playing really dominant here. The Subotai was a bit memey. We might do something for the round of 16 about the cavalry heroes. The cavalry archer heroes, but yeah, it's also a skill to micro that, right? And do it somewhat mobs up that raid. Population is actually even. Okay, maybe I kind of called it too soon. I also feel like water decides the game here a bit, and we've got a huge Magyar fleet. The sides are technically long enough to mount a pushes there, at least the south side. The north side is also a hill, so the water has like elevation downwards, right? This is also downwards elevation, so the water against land is significantly nerfed. Cannon guides really won't do much damage. It's all they do towards the land, or towards the bases at least, is uphill. And there's the counter rush by Mununez, who also killed a lot of villagers though here now. 15 to 14. And Akkad is raiding. Welcome in to the fastest chaos deciders. Keep the heroes for extra chaos. Okay. That's extra chaos. And Mununez is trying to come back on water even. Has gotten a lot of kills himself, so eco kind of somewhat even. The main problem for Mununez is the water. He has bombard cannons, his opponent doesn't, I guess, but he has cannon galleons. They aren't doing much damage though, as they are always on the downward slope here, so will take really long to take out castles. That is the good news for the player who doesn't control the water. Fights here going better for PoLaR now though. And fighting over the pyramid control. The pyramid does nothing, but it's cool, and you can own it. And you can see on the minimap that it's currently a PoLaR pyramid. Actually, Mununez won that fight. Better Paladinos. One relic in only, though, so far. The other relic here too close to the water. Does have one dog making demos. PoLaR losing a lot of ships to the castle, trying to snipe the Kenegans, who are trying to micro down the navy, so not giving up the water yet. Mununez has the spy pyramid in his opponent's base, so maybe it does matter a bit, right? Mununez has this, so he has vision over this region by having the pyramid. And even though it's in the middle of PoLaR space, Mununez has vision over it. So actually, pyramid, maybe pyramids matter. They're kind of interchangeable outposts. Mununez kind of no protection anywhere though. Only the one castle on the field. Trying to go for another one here. Probably some castles here in the backfield away from the water would be useful. Is stopping the raids over here. PoLaR not finding these villagers in time either. Mununez using the market a bit and does get the castle up here. Villagers could obviously still die if they're not garrisoned, as the fights are continuing in the middle. Castle repairs against the Carnage. The villagers indeed are not really noticed by Mununez, so all the villagers here go down. So that raid is still doing damage, even though it met a castle. Mununez trying to get back onto water, has some halberdiers around, speedier halberdiers, kind of good against ships, and at least the shoreline is walkable for units, so it's not that really that easy to make the water count here. PoLaR is mainly playing water, doesn't have much army. Saying that, but he is assembling quite an army on land. 50 Mega Hussar and only 11 cavalry. Can you capture him from your opponent? Yes. Needs more cannon gain. Yeah, problem is the uphill, right? And Mununez does call it PoLaR wins trio here. Kind of an even map, I think, for them. At least here on game 3, like with the water and everything. There's some lighters. So we did see lighters, Kaikoko. And one relic for Mununez. Only gathered, as the other one was a bit sadly next to the water. Water's even between these two civs, though. I think PoLaR just getting more earlier kills, right? And all the 3 idle villagers here around the houses and the Subotai, that set him behind a lot. Still think Magias are the better civs, right? You kind of don't want to start too many CA if you're going full water. And I think it was a smart choice by PoLaR to invest like the early advantage he got into water lead that dominates most of the map still. Even though we've got that hill, even though the castle never fell to the Cannon, and the bombard cannons are also quite good at just going in and killing the Cannon, right? The bombard cannon, no siege engineers, has 12 range. Cannon with siege engineers now has 14 range, though. What? Okay, yeah, they always used to have one more, right? And now Cannons are getting siege engineers as well. So Cannons really got buffed a lot. Also with the splash damage there.